Hello and welcome everyone to Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. All skills, no out of bounds, no teleport anywhere. Now we're not going to use that full name as we talk about this game, but here we see Vulajin on the left side and Trojanddude12 on the right. And joined with me here is Fant. Fant, how are you doing?
I'm super excited. I mean, this is an Ori race. We've seen a tournament of this earlier this year, but now we're doing it live on stage. Really excited to see how this turns out.
And we're going to get our racers underway, unless they have any last-minute smack talk they want to say to each other. Vulajin first.
I'm gonna let my play do the talking finally.
Okay.
More than enough time.
Oh, now you're now after all this time.
Yeah, man. I've spent the last 2 or 3 months talking smack, and now is the time for my play to do the talk.
All right.
Anything from you, Trojan?
Well, I mean, he literally just stole my line after years of, or not
years.
Years, literally years.
This game has been out.
It feels like
Probably
years.
not.
All
even
the
years.
years.
It really feels like it's been years.
So a lot at stake at this match. Vulajin's been talking this up.
Yeah, he's started practice around a month ago, but if you guys go on to normal, we can get ourselves ready here.
Yep.
We play on the normal mode, but we'll just explain stuff later. So, you guys ready for a countdown?
Yep, we're good.
All right.
All right.
And
I think we need the audience's help too. We're gonna start from 5, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And here we start off with a cutscene skip. The prologue takes 9 minutes, so we don't actually want that.
yeah, it gives a little bit of backstory for Ori. It's really sad, kind of a little bit depressing, but we're not here to cry. We're here to go fast. So here we go. Onwards to pick up. What are we picking up over here?
So we're getting the first skill of the 11 skills in this game. It's Spirit Flame, also known as Sign, who is your orb buddy that shoots and kills things for you. Now we both saw the players get an energy cell over here. That's the first of 5 that they're going to get in this run.
Yep. Here it is. While this is picking up, I want to point something out. So Trojan is running this on keyboard, and Vulajin is going to be running this primarily on a controller pad here. But there's several key points where he's going to actually switch to keyboard. He's more comfortable playing like a 2D platform with a controller, but there's a lot of points, and we'll get to them as we come up to them, where keyboard makes things a lot easier.
Yep, and to leave this first area, so these are called Fronkies, frog monkeys, and you have to kill them all. You can see they drop experience orbs. We're not actually going to pick any of those up because there's a very specific experience route throughout this game that you have to make sure that you level up at certain times. Looks like Trojan just taking a hit there to the brambles.
Yeah, the XP, so as you get these, you see these little yellow orbs on the screen drop from the enemies. That's XP. And at the beginning, it's really important to collect just enough so you level up at the right times. Level ups work a little bit differently in this game. It will cause an explosion around you, damaging all the enemies on screen. And we could use that to our advantage in specific spots. It'll make clearing through a lot of areas a lot faster.
Yeah, and so we see Vulajin on the left here. He's going to be getting the second key, and before he drops down, he's actually going to insert them into the door, save, and die. Looks like he had 2 health there. But he's going to die, and this is a trick called Ghost Door. This allows you to go through the door prior to it opening if you manage to die there.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's picking up an extra health cell here. This isn't required for the run, but it's only an 8-second detour, and it makes it a lot safer. So the penalties are really long if you die later on in the game. So 8 seconds for all that safety is really beneficial.
Yep, and so we see Vula here going to be getting a keystone at the bottom of Glades here. Now, this keystone, if you've ever played Ori and the Blind Forest, there is a section here where you do use the keystones that you collect, but these players are actually planning for later on in the game, and they're going to be using those keystones in a different location.
Yeah, still being very careful not to pick up any XP they're not looking for. And we're heading down to the first real skill in the game, wall jump.
Yep, and so as we approach wall jump, we can see Vula heading over here. There is going to be a second energy cell to the top left of wall jump. And a 320, late 320 wall jump, it looks like, from Vula.
Oh, and Trojan with a 325.
I can't applaud. I'm busy.
So now this is when we can talk about something that Fant and I are doing.
Yeah, right. What tell us about this, Richard?
All right. So you know, the St. Jude
Children's Research
Hospital is a great organization, and so for every death that Vula takes, I will donate the equivalent of his wall jump time.
For every death Trojan takes,
yep.
I am going to donate his wall jump time, and then we'll round it up to the nearest dollar afterwards.
Yep. So
a lot of money at stake here.
Yeah, there are 7 intentional deaths in this game. We saw the ghost door earlier where you intentionally die. So 7 intentional deaths, $20, but we'll see if any of these players die for charity.
Yeah, coming up, we're going to do this little trick called Save Anywhere. That's used to skip a lot of cutscenes in the game. So when you save, you can open up the menu to level up skills. And when you level up the skill, it saves no matter where you're at. So you're going to open up the menu, and then, sorry. They're going to open up the menu, get movement back, run into the cutscene trigger right here, level up an ability, and then exit out of the game and back in, and then the cutscene is skipped. You don't have to watch all the glorious backstory to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, we're actually going to be entering this area called Blackroot Burrows. This area contains 2 new skills from the original Ori and the Blind Forest and Definitive Edition, but we're actually only going to be getting one of them right now, which is Dash. And so if you've ever played any game with like a dash or slide mechanic, it really speeds up the movement options in the game. And so we want to get that pretty much as early as possible. So after we get wall jump, we get dash here. And these players are going to be deviating here, actually. So Vulajin does a different experience route than Trojan. There is a cutscene in this area that you can skip. It saves like 15 to 20 seconds. And so we're going to see Vula level up and use an ability point to skip that cutscene, whereas Trojan is taking a slightly different route.
Yeah, Vulajin is reloading the screen here, or the game here. It resets all the cycles in this game. So all these little platforms that you see moving around, they're all on 8-second cycles. So if you miss one, it's always going to be 8 seconds every time. For some reason, every single cycle in this game is 8 seconds.
Yeah, and actually, now's a good time for donations, fan, if you would like to read some of those.
Yeah, we got a donation from X Epiccat X saying, "Grats on the sub-5 wall jump Trojan."
And actually, we have multiple donations that say grats on the sub-5 wall jump Trojan from Rionis, Forge, Anonymous, Sigmason, Griffs99, Miyodori, Covert Muffin, Wilson, Monkley, Meldon Tarragon, and the Roos is Loose, and Shed _.
You know, they were probably making a bet or something to donate if I got anything under 330 or over 330.
Or over 330, but not exactly 330.
Yeah. Exactly, not exactly 330.
Yeah, and for the $5 from Covert Muffin, it says, "Yo, Trojan, grats on the sub-5 wall jump time."
Monkley actually also
thank
asked,
you, Muffin.
Is that a gold for you?
Actually, no. So 324 is my gold.
Also pretty close to his gold time there. Not bad, Trojan.
But yeah, so all of them donated $5, so that was about 50 or so, $60 maybe.
Now here we go. Vulajin has just picked up Dash, and this is where he's going to start moving pretty quick. And there's also this little trick involved called Dash Glide. Can you explain what that is, Richard?
Yep, so if you dash and so you hold a direction for your dash, and then if you jump from a neutral position while you're still dashing, you kind of maintain that momentum. And so Vula has curated his experience throughout the run so far so that he has enough experience to level up from killing this Frankie here. He's going to be doing a trick called Frankie Walk. And Fan, do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so they're taking this Frankie Walk all the way over to the right side of the screen. So right now they have 2 energy, and this is what all this XP routing is like planning up to right here. They're going to kill this Frankie and get just enough XP to trigger a level up. And when you level up, it also refills your energy. There's a 4 energy door up here at the top. He's going to place his 2 energy into it, kill the Frankie, grab the XP, level up, put that 2 energy in there, and now he's through. This is a huge sequence break in the game.
Yep, and now he is going to be doing a trick called Death Glide. This is where he's going to get on top of this rock and then dash glide up top. And luckily he got a health drop, so he does have enough health to go through that. That's very dangerous. And he's going to be getting this 3rd energy cell of the game. And this is kind of like a series of multiple difficult tricks all at once. He's going to be, once he falls down here to Gumo's hideout, there is silence as we see him get the early grotto cycle. That was very nicely done by Vulajin. That saves 8 seconds. That's a very difficult trick to do.
Yeah, he makes it look easy, but that is not trivial.
Oh, jeez. Vula's scaring me there. Almost hitting the spikes.
Yeah, he's damage boosting down to 1 HP, so he can put the key doors in. And
2nd intentional death there from Vula. As
Gotta keep track.
We're going to see if Trojan gets early grotto here as well.
And he's coming up on the next skill.
Nicely done.
Yeah, he gets it. Well done, Trojan. He's getting the next skill here, double jump.
Yep.
Gives you twice the jumps.
Actually, can I, real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Vula just did some blind movement there. Basically, if you save and get an ability there, you're able to reload the game and proceed. We'll be quiet for Trojan as well as he does his blind movement. Trojan getting caught on the last wall there on his blind movement, and Vula just very quickly did a trick called Grotto Skip. It's a sequence break that you're supposed to kind of go through the left side of Moon Grotto, but there is just a little lip there that if you do a precise jump, then you can get through it.
Yeah, all these jumps, like going up the right side of this like grotto escape barrier, are really, really hard to do. He's grabbing this 100 XP orb. That's part of his XP route, and you're not going to see Trojan do that. He's doing a slightly different
so
one.
close.
I did that in practice earlier, too.
Yeah, so this is a very difficult
All right,
trick,
Trojan
but
makes it through. All right.
making it through. And now we're going to see Trojan. We missed it on Vula's screen, but Trojan's going to... there is a rekindle skip that you can do there, so you can save and then rekindle. And unfortunately, if you don't get it, you have to traverse this section with the rocks falling down here.
Yeah, and all these rocks are random, so we've got to do some, quick on the floor. We'll just be quiet. Come on, Trojan, you got this. Still through, almost there to the top.
Oh my god.
And he's through. All right. That is really
That was
hard to do because
really
you're at low HP.
I think he
and
took 3 hits there, so
Yeah.
I believe he's at 1 health right now.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
be
I
careful,
am.
but he's good. He's through the hard part at least, getting through that boulder section.
Yep, and Vula's going to be entering the first dungeon of this game, the Ginso Tree. Jinso Tree. What do you call it, man?
I call it the Ginso tree. It just sounds cooler that way. And you saw him run over to the right there to activate a teleporter. He's not going to use that now. That's for later in the game where you can use it to teleport to the final dungeon towards the end. Here he's putting in the water vein, as we see Gumo, character who's stealing the water vein as you put it in. So since we went through that big sequence break, we had to, we kind of went through this whole thing in reverse. So we had the water vein before he even took it.
Yeah, and so as Vula enters the Ginso Tree here, Trojan's going to be traversing his way through to get there. And there actually is a cycle in this tree where you could take an intentional death that neither player has said they were going to do. But we have gotten a $20 donation from that guy, Mr. Asmus. Great job getting out of Glades, gentlemen. Keep up the great race.
We also have a $10 donation from Chicken Supreme. It says, Trojan, you got this. Forget that wall jump split. Vula's got a 17-second date with Kuro coming up.
Rude.
We'll touch on that a little bit later.
Yep, and so we see Vula in this puzzle room here. He's going to be breaking this. Trojan, unfortunately, taking a death there, getting towards Ginso. Vula entering this mini-boss here.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's a
goodness
one-frame
gracious, come
tell on the boss here where he's going to move to next. All the positions he can go to is random. It looks like it's going to take just one more. That's pretty good RNG there. Sometimes he can spawn on the bottom left or bottom right. Those are a little bit harder to hit.
Yep. And now Vula going to be getting one of the most prominent abilities in this, or skills in this game that we've seen. And probably the most memorable for people that have played this casually is Bash. Can you explain Bash to us, man?
Yeah, Bash, in addition to be the coolest skill in the game and having like the best sound effect, allows you to like latch on to enemies and then redirect them and yourself in different directions. So you could use this to get to like really, really high spots. And there's a couple tricks you can do with it, one of them being double bash, which we'll go over in a little bit.
Yep, so Vula going to be making his way through here. So Vula is going to be breaking this top wall here. You'll see other runners break the bottom one to get the XP. And now he's going to do a very precise redirect of that. Nicely done to get that wall broken.
And he's going to be placing a save here at the bottom here. This is a very important location because he's going to do this trick called key dupe. Richard, what's going on here?
Yep, so Vula is going to grab 3 keys up here and then take another intentional death at the door. He's going to stick 3 of the keys in as he dies and keep them in the door. And when he does that, he is going to maintain all 3 of those keys. And he's going to be able to collect them again. So essentially duplicating the keys so that he can use them later on in the run.
Yeah, this is really important because there's a couple key doors where the keystones you're supposed to get are really far out of the way. And by duping them here, you can just bypass that section entirely.
Yep, and again, experience has been a very important thing in both players' routes so far. So Vula is going to be doing another level up here for this trick called core skip. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so you see on the top of the screen here, there's these 2 little things of brambles up there. Normally you have to go through both this left section and right section and take them out individually. But by timing a level up based off the XP from this frog up here, the level up explosion is going to take out both at the same time and completely bypassing the other thing. Now the game thinks that he killed the one at the top, so he just teleports over there, and now he's starting the Ginso escape.
Yep, and so as he goes through this escape, there are a couple experience drops that he's going to grab on his way up. And he's just going to want to make sure that he doesn't get caught by the water. Luckily, the water kind of rubber bands, so it does go pretty slowly, and it allows most runners to do just fine in it.
Well, Trojan has made it up to bash, so he's going to be throwing in a lot of double bashes. A little bit different, much harder to do on controller, but something with the keyboard controls you can actually do. What's a double bash, Richard?
So a double bash is when you bash and then... hold on. Vula just took a hit there in the escape. But you bash in a certain direction and then you bash a frame later. So it will direct you, or it will direct the shot on the first bash that you do. And then it will direct Ori in the next bash that you do.
Okay, I want to bring your attention to Vulajin's screen here. This is going to be the only text box you actually see in the game. If I remember to turn UI on. Yeah, right there. So throughout this game, the UI has been hidden, but for some reason, you need the UI shown here. Otherwise, Ori will just like stare up and look in the sky for like 10 seconds 15 seconds for no apparent reason. So we got to turn it on there. Normally, like throughout the whole game, sign, the thing we picked up at the beginning, it's like kind of serves as your exposition. That's the only line he gets in the all skills run.
Yep. Now, Trojan finishing his key dupe, going to be doing his core skip soon, as Vula is going to be getting this very important ability, Stomp.
Yeah, Stomp, it doesn't have a... It's actually really key to a skip we're going to do coming up called Drainless. But outside of that, we're going to see it come into play later when we level up the ability Charge Dash, which is really, really awesome. We'll see that soon.
Yep, so there are kind of two main tricks that are going to be coming up on Vula's screen. He's going to be doing this trick called Drainless. So you can see that there's a rock platform under the water there, and you can see him being able to stomp this top rock platform. So he's actually going to be doing a save up here. He's going to be saving and reloading, and that's going to place him at the bottom because that's where the game thinks he is, and he's able to stomp it. And then there's going to be another trick that is a very precise bash to skip a 17-second cutscene, as Chicken Supreme talked about.
Yeah, so-called Kuro cutscene skip.
Yep, we'll see if he gets the skip or the skip.
You know, we're hearing the lovely Ginso Escape music. This is easily my favorite track in the game, I think, for a lot of people.
Yep.
Gareth Coker did an amazing
Shout out
job.
to Gareth Coker for
on
an
the
incredible soundtrack.
Just pretty much the whole Ginso is like both inside and the escape is my favorite stuff.
Okay, so unfortunately for Chicken Supreme, Vula made it right through the Kuro cutscene, made it look easy.
Yep, now he's going to be getting the 5th energy cell over here.
Yeah, the 5th energy cell was originally found. Oh, no, he takes it down. He's going to have to do the Kuro cutscene skip again. This is a chance. Okay, he makes it through again.
Nicely done the second time. Oh, gonna have to watch out here though. So getting out of the 5th energy cell area is very, very difficult and extremely scary. So this does open up a little bit of an opportunity for Trojan. Ooh, the spider shot.
Okay, just barely in there.
Alright, so now Vula's gonna get this escape again, hopefully. This spider shot is really pesky. Oh, and Vula takes another death. This is very unfortunate.
Kuro cutscene skip round 3.
Getting a hyperspeed there. We didn't get to talk about hyperspeed really, but it's when you dash and save and you reload it, you can go really fast out of your reload. So this does open up the opportunity for Trojan. He's maybe only a minute 20-ish behind now. And there are a lot of difficult tricks left in this game.
Oh, for sure. This is not insurmountable by means.
Oh, Vula with the swag double bash on controller.
And he barely makes it onto the wall.
Jeez. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, double bash is really, really hard to do on controller. You have to release the bash button and then press it again a frame later.
Yeah, so there's a spider sack cutscene that Vula can skip. We saw Vula wait for his rekindle to reload, or save to reload, but unfortunately he walked in the cutscene anyways. And so Vula going to be doing another save anywhere here as he gets Charge Flame. And his save was a little bit too far from this save, but it's not too big a deal. But he's going to keep this save anywhere up and then go up through. And there is a Spirit Well up here that you don't actually need to teleport to later on in the game. So he's going to dash glide over it and proceed into Valley of the Wind. Can you explain what's going to be going on in Valley?
Yeah. So as he comes up here,
Kuro cutscene skip from Trojan.
Now he's going to reload the game. It's actually faster if you do get the Kuro cutscene to reload and then go for it again. And if you get it the second time, then you get still save some time.
Looks like Trojan's going to try third time here. Gets
Already
it the
makes
third
it through.
time.
All right.
Nicely done from Trojan. Vula going to be going for this trick called Fast Samples. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so there's another cutscene coming up that normally the game expects you to use the ability Stomp to get to, that you just used there to get through that door. However, instead of using Stomp, you can redirect a projectile from the spider up here off to the middle of nowhere on the left. The angle is really precise, and there it goes. And now he's in a race to get to this ability cell up here.
Vula shaking his head. He might not have gotten the best angle
Oh, no, unfortunately he doesn't get it. But if you pull that off, then it'll trigger the cutscene, and it'll expect Ori to already be in it, so it'll teleport you over there. And we'll check it again on Trojan when he gets over to this area. That's an opportunity for him to catch up.
Yep. Avula going to be going for it again. We see.
We'll get there.
He's really determined to
And-
not actually go over there himself.
Yeah, so this does open up a pretty significant opportunity for Trojan
Yeah, he still has to get far away after he...
to deload.
Yeah,
I-
there's a big wall in the way of the spider shot.
God, this is actually getting pretty close now. Trojan is catching up a lot of time on Vula.
Yeah, you have to get far enough away to deload this wall that the shot would otherwise run into. And if you don't get there fast enough, it'll block it and not get through to those rocks. So this will actually be good. So we'll see Vulajin go over and do this the way the game intended you to by stomping on the rocks into this cutscene. And Trojan not far behind at all now.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
see
gonna
if he can do it.
He's gonna attempt his fast stompless here, and if he gets this is gonna put him right back into the race because Sorrow Pass is coming up, and that is a very dangerous place for people with 4 health.
Right. Everything in Sorrow Pass will one-shot you. All the spikes on the wall, so you got to be really careful.
All right,
Here we go.
going for his fast stompless.
Down he goes. The shot is off. The wall is deloaded. He's on his way up, and is it good? He
And
nails
Trojan
it.
gets it.
Touchdown.
All right, and now this is a race again, as we see Vula just watched this cutscene. Trojan now getting this cutscene.
And he leveled up ability called Charge Dash, which gives him Rocket Jump, which you see him do right there. Pretty self-explanatory. Gets you a lot of vertical movement really fast. He's doing the Sorrow Bash here.
Vula with a nice Sorrow
And
Bash.
He's up there.
It's
All
done.
right. That is really, really hard to do.
Yep. So a quick $5 donation from Grimelios. Take energy, Trojan. Don't let Vulajin bully you. Also, good luck, Vulajin. Vula looks like he's going to be grabbing an energy here. I don't know if he ran out of energy or...
Safety.
No, this is
Okay.
going to be a safety save for him.
All right. Oh, yeah, he did take a safety save up top.
Yeah, you may have seen him just like run through that laser without taking damage. Like, I thought those were supposed to do like kill you. What's going on?
Yeah, so you can charge dash and then bash the enemy through the laser, and you can actually just go through it. Lasers are optional in this game in some spots, so you know, Vula taking full advantage of that. Trojan unfortunately taking a death here for his Sorrow Bash.
Yeah, Trojan's doing the double bash strategy here. By you can shoot the enemy and redirect him at the same time,
Okay,
and he is through. Well
nicely
done,
from
Trojan.
Vula now coming up to Sunstone here. This is another long cutscene that you really don't want to experience, so he does have an ability point.
Yeah, there's actually a chance that if you level up here at the right time, it won't give you the Sunstone,
At
which
the
is
wrong
the key.
time.
Or at the wrong time, yeah. It'll not give you the Sunstone, and then you have to like reload a save because you need that Sunstone to open the final dungeon.
Yep, so Vula going to be making his way down to charge jump here. So remember, these spikes will one-shot you. But luckily Vulajin making it through, taking intentional death for charity, and because, you know, Ghost Door. We're going to be making it to charge jump and then going to be entering Misty
okay.
Woods. Looks like Trojan
Rip
accidentally
frog.
killed his frog, so gonna have to float his way up here to Sunstone, but not very far behind Vulajin at all. Vula has practiced this movement out of Sorrow and into Misty a lot the last couple
wait a
days,
second.
especially.
Oh,
So make sure that he
You out of energy.
makes it through.
yep.
So Trojan's gonna have to be going getting the energy that Vula got earlier, and then gonna have to make his way back up. Oh, Vula taking the
I
death
did
there.
that in Harvey release kind of quick too. That exact mistake.
Yeah, so once again,
So that's actually a pretty big time loss.
it is. That's exactly what Trojan needs right now. Everything, yeah, all the spikes in here do 4 health worth of damage, and both runners have 4 health. So. But we're coming up to another area, Misty Woods, where all the spikes only do 3 damage. So this is really a benefit of getting that 4th health cell. You get the liberty of taking an additional hit down here.
Yep. And so Vula's doing a trick called Stomp Canceling Fant. What is Stomp Canceling?
Yeah, so Charge Dash, the ability that we also use for Rocket Jump, can be used also to just go really, really fast horizontally. And normally it costs 1 energy, but if you interrupt it at the very end with a Stomp, it refunds the energy for some reason. And so you can abuse that to get a lot more Charge Dashes in than you normally would. Now, I really like Misty Woods because everything the runners have gotten up to this point is being used here. You're using rocket jumps, you're using meteor kicks, you're using like charge dashes, charge dash cancels, everything. So you just fly through this.
It really
area.
is just a combination of all the different movement abilities that you've collected throughout the game so far. With all these spikes, it really is just down to how well you can execute this area. Like, luckily with 4 health you can take a hit, but we're going to be seeing Vulajin get this skill called Climb. This is going to be the second to last skill that he gets in the game.
And one of the most critical for one of the
final
most recent tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit as Trojan's going to be making his way out of Sorrow here. So yeah, if he doesn't take a death here, he's going to be gaining that time over Vula, who did take deaths. Vula taking a hit here, and unfortunately he has to take that death.
Okay, back down to Climb, so I have to redo this movement here.
Yep. As you go through Misty, you collect these keystones, and Misty does. All right. Anyways, yeah. So this area is designed for you to use these like flowers here to traverse, but Vula doing a different way. So unfortunately, he took the death there. But still making it through.
Yeah. Normally at this point, the game does not expect you to have charge jump. Going into Sorrow the way we did with the sequence break. So he has that ability here, and you keep seeing him using it, and it really speeds things up in here.
Yep, Vula taking that safety save there. He said, that was the safety save that he's going to take in Misty, because he really doesn't want to lose. Like, if you die there, you have to go all the way back to the climb tree, which is a significant time loss.
I think I've lost more than enough time already.
Yep. So speaking of this mini boss, can you talk about this mini boss?
There's not much to talk about because
how are you doing today?
You barely even see him.
There is a quicker kill that Vula unfortunately messed up there. But Trojan now making it to Climb, so not very far behind at all.
Activate windows, dude.
I know. I'll make sure to do that after.
All right, so Vulajin on his way out of Misty, and he's going to be heading towards the final skill in this race. And he's also going to be starting the longest keyboard and mouse section that he personally does. Like we said earlier, there's a couple points where Vulajin will switch to mouse and keyboard because he's more comfortable doing these save anywheres and stuff with it.
Yep, so he's going to be having a save anywhere. He's going to save at a lever in Blackroot Burrows that lifts up a door. And then he's going to take another intentional death right here. So he's going to save here, die, and so the door to the right, if you can see it through the back, is getting lifted up. So that's what you're able to do if you die while holding
so
the
he's
lever
got to dodge all these
nice
lasers, do these jumps with the menu blocking his view.
Yep, and now he's going to make it in past this cutscene here. So that was a cutscene trigger that he wanted to skip.
But we don't have time for cutscenes in this game.
Yeah.
And here it is, Light Grenade, the final skill in this run. And for a long time, the skill is kind of joked about as being completely useless. And
one of the most useless skills in this game, but a runner by the name of Hitachi Hex actually found a skip that is literally the last input of the game.
And it's not only the last input, but it's also a frame-perfect last input.
Yes, so to talk about grenade jumping a little bit, Vula with a nice rocket jump there, by the way. Grenade jumping is if you're charge jumping...
But he's good, okay.
Yeah, if you charge jump on a wall, you can charge jump in a certain direction, and you have some amount of speed for that. So what Vula is going to do is he's going to press grenade, and then 1 frame after, press the jump button. And that's going to allow him to skip half of the final cutscene in this game. But, there's one trick before that as he goes close to the horror fan. Now, what is that?
It's a much discussed skill, or a skill called Door Warp. It's a frame-perfect trick that used to be one of the most hated tricks in this game, also at the very end.
Until Grenade Jump.
Until Grenade Jump came in to replace it. Yeah, so he's going to put the Sunstone into this door. There's going to be an autosave. And he's going to exit out of the game, and well, not exit out of the game, but exit out of this file, and then reload. And on the first frame the game loads, he needs to enter the door. And there's an audio and visual cue for this, so keep silence here while hopefully he pulls it off. Here we go. Nails
Nice
it first try.
door warp from Vula. It's very difficult to do first try. Now there is soft lock potential that Vula could go for in this final escape. Now, this is kind of an advantage being in a race setting that you can see your opponent. Vula could opt to not go for grenade jump here, but he's shaking his head no, so he's going to go for it. There's the opportunity to soft lock this game.
Yeah, this is
soft lock being, you being unable to finish the game, so you'd have to, reload.
Yeah, it either saves you 35 seconds, soft locks the game, you have to restart this whole escape sequence that he's doing right now. So we really don't want to see a soft lock.
Yeah, and so he's going to be coming out of the water here. And so there is a little skip of Kuro, so if he charge jumps early enough, he's going to switch to KBM here for the grenade jump.
Okay, he doesn't spawn Kuro.
Yeah,
All right.
charge jump up this side. There's a specific spot on this wall that you have to be in. It's a small range. We'll see
Yeah, he's
if
got a couple
Vula can
tries. And there you go.
get it. And
He
Vula
makes it.
does look like he gets it. Like, you'll see the soft lock happen if Ori turns to the left there, but it doesn't look like it. So Vula with good job there at making it through.
Yeah, so this jump skips like most of this ending cutscene here.
Yep, so this is the section where Vula's going to hold right here. So Vula's actually also going to be pressing the jump button here.
Just for you, Richard. Just for you.
All right. So, we
And
joke that this
just
is
quick
fast.
silence
This
here.
is
you know what?
Trojan is at door
It's
warp.
BS.
He's also
This
using
is
audio
actually
cue, so
actually slow.
we'll have some silence here while he goes through.
Time for me.
35 flat.
And Trojan also
Nice
with the
first
first
try door
try.
warp.
Double first try.
All right, yeah, so Trojan not very behind, going through Sorrow and Misty. So both of these players doing a fantastic job.
Really, Richard? You had to go there.
Trojan, you gonna fish strats?
Fish
All right.
in the grenade jump.
Yeah.
An
Oh,
agreement
God,
has
no,
been
I'm
made
not
between the
Elo, dude.
runners.
Come on.
Trojan is going to go
For an
For
old
it.
strategy,
Yeah, an old strategy that only saves, what is it, 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. This not counting grenade jump. This is just 2 seconds over watching the final cutscene.
Right.
But he's going to be bashing a fish out of water, which is where fish naturally, lie.
Yes.
But he's going to be grenading.
Yo, I'm glad you know your ecosystem.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you,
problem,
man.
Trojan.
That's great.
All right, here we go. There's the fish.
Yep,
Double
so double
bashes?
bashing it out. He's going to bash it up towards the fire. It actually doesn't die in there, and he's going to...
And he gets it,
Yeah.
makes it look
Nicely
easy.
done.
Well
Trojan.
done, Trojan. He
Round of
gets his
applause for
2
both of these
seconds.
players, everyone.
All the swag in the world.
I actually won because I saved 7 hours.
It's true, yeah. we say in the community that when you do fish strats, you save like 7 hours or 8 days or
Yeah.
whatever large amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So congratulations to Trojan on his victory.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
thank you both of you for running. So congratulations, Vulajin.
Yeah. Congrats, Will.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Anything you have to say about this race, Vula?
I was on PB pace for a very long time, and then I was not. It's bad things.
Like on your until you died in.
Yeah, the charge flame stuff was
charge flame?
real bad.
Yeah, okay.
That felt terrible.
Yeah.
But I have worked really, really hard on this run, and I'm going to PB soon. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so interesting fact, Trojan's PB is 20 to 30 seconds faster.
28 seconds
Yeah.
faster than mine.
Yep.
Hopefully
But
not
yeah,
for long.
Trojan's
Oh.
been practicing for the Ori randomizer tournament on Ori speedrunning lately.
Time is coming up for Trojan as well.
Yep.
Yep, so Trojan going to be getting time when he crosses the last tree.
And giving us some Naru jumps. That's actually slower,
All I
but
do is jump.
Time.
All right. There.
All right.
yeah, unlike Ori, Naru slows down when he jumps.
Which,
I think it stopped for
Oh,
your time,
yeah.
Vula.
Yeah.
all right,
A
it's
minute or
question
so.
marks.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was like a 36,
36
30,
something,
I think,
yeah.
somewhere
Something
around
like
there.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I got
so-
infinite bike in, so entry.
I saw it. That was rough.
Yeah. Oh,
I did not expect that to be.
No,
the thing that
I
causes
didn't either.
problems.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't expect to have problems going to charge flames. I practiced that a lot last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Yep. So, as we said at the beginning of this run, so I'm going to be donating for Vula's 12 deaths that he took. And Fan's
19.
Yep. Fan's going to be donating for Trojan's 19 deaths.
Right.
So we'll do the math on that, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I don't want to be embarrassed.
Don't do
by
math
my
on
Yeah,
stream.
doing math here, it's just going to come out wrong, and we'll all look bad.
Yep.
I'm also going to donate $5 for each death as well.
Oh, all
Thank you,
right.
Trojan.
Yeah.
For each death of yours or each death of both of us?
No, just my run.
All right. I'll do the same for mine.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for the commentary.
Yeah,
It
that was
really
good commentary.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
guys.
problem.
Appreciate it.
And so up next, thanks for Cutie Run on the Couch who recorded Trojan's deaths. Being very supportive.
Yep.
And so up next, we actually have Super Smash Bros. Melee, home run contest being run by Typo. So everyone get excited for that. Another round of applause for Vulajin and Trojanddude. Thank you, everyone.